Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final boarding call, and the doors will be closing soon.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode number 7 of ResortLoop.com. I'm your host, Tim Scott, with
Bob Collar.
My co-host, or also host. He's more than
riding the coattails.
He's more than just a co to me.
No.
Oh, stop it. Anyway, on this episode, I thought we'd delve into something that has crossed my mind a few times when visiting the work. That is prerequisites. Things you should see before you go to Disney so the attractions, you can enjoy the attractions a little bit more.
Absolutely. Your pre-planning shouldn't just be where are we going to stay, what are we going to do. It's more enjoyable when you kind of understand what you're looking at.
That's right, because, while you might have seen some of these movies, I'm thinking mainly movies right now, that, you've seen them before, but maybe your children haven't. And they're going to go into some of these rides going, who's the lady in the yellow dress?
Right, exactly. Exactly. So, yeah, that's a great idea.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Especially now with the new Fantasyland expansion.
Yes.
There are, we've got all of the princesses together now with, not all, but 3 of the big 3.
3 of the big ones.
Belle and Ariel and Snow White. So are all going to be in the new Fantasyland. So if your kids have never seen Snow White, they're not going to understand really what the deal is with Snow White. And the Mine Ride is coming end of this year. I think
it's supposed to be before the end of 2013. Yeah.
Yeah, probably expect some soft openings in around Christmas time so that people can see what the Mine Ride is going to be all about. I'm excited about that. That's going to be really cool. I think
that'll be awesome.
So yeah, but if the kids have never seen Snow White, they're just going to go, oh, another Mine Ride.
That's right. They're not going to understand. Who are those short little people following her around?
Right. I'll tell you another one that, and you and I have talked about this off air, but we just watched Song of the South.
That's what you were saying.
On YouTube. And now, and we've been to Disney for every year of my kids' lives. And, of course, they love Splash Mountain. They think it's a cool ride.
Mm-hmm.
My son said after watching Song of the South, now I get it. I get it, Dad. That's really cool. I can't wait to ride Splash Mountain now because I've seen Song of the South. It's
kind of weird that you had to actually resort to YouTube to see it.
Right. Exactly. And I didn't see anything wrong. I don't know why they don't want to re-release it. I know there is speculation as to why they don't want to re-release it, but
right.
Personally, I didn't see anything that was any different than Gone with the Wind.
Mm-hmm.
So very cool. It was neat to see Brer Rabbit, Brer Bear, and now my kids understand who those characters are. So when we ride the ride next time, it's going to mean more to them.
Yes, I'm going to need to watch that too because I've not seen the movie either. I kept thinking it was going to get released at some point. Every year they keep mentioning, there's a possibility, but
yeah. I know when Bob Iger took over Disney, there was a lot of speculation that he was going to bring it back, and it was my understanding he watched the movie and said, "Nah, it's still not time."
Wow.
So, I don't know. I don't get it, but that's why I'm sitting here and not in California at Disney Studios.
So that's why you're not in Burbank.
That's right. That's exactly right. What other ones can you come up with? What are you thinking?
Well, we touched on it. I would have to say Beauty and the Beast. If you've not seen that, you definitely need to. If you've already seen it, you should probably watch it again because it has so many different locations in the park where it's referenced.
That's right. It's in the Disney Studios.
Yes. Got the live show there.
The live show.
The new Fantasyland, the Beauty and the Beast restaurant.
Yes, and that's going to be huge if you've never seen the movie, to be able to sit in the dining hall, which is the ballroom where the Beast and Belle dance.
I've heard it's identical to the movie, which is just blows me away, and I've not been there.
I know. I've seen pictures. I've seen some videos of it online, and it looks phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
It's phenomenal. So there's a little, I'm not going to say on the podcast, you got to go, but there's a little something that goes on in the windows that is pretty cool.
Oh.
So you look out the windows on that ride, or in the restaurant, and it's pretty cool. So,
a little teaser for our audience.
Little teaser.
I love
and then,
it.
Of course, in Fantasyland, of course, you've got Ariel, and she's got a ride through now.
Yes, she has a dark ride.
I didn't get to ride. What's that?
I said she has a dark ride now, a new dark ride.
That's right. And I got to ride the one that's in California, and I guess the one in Florida is very similar, but the queue is so much better.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it one of those interactive queues?
Yes, it's an interactive queue, and it's just so much more detailed. The one in California, they just took a building that they had another ride in, and they just plopped that ride in there, and so the queues, it's okay. It's a lot of mosaics and stuff, but it's not interactive. It's not super detailed like an Expedition Everest would be. You know, that's one of my favorite queues to walk through.
Oh, of course. That is fantastic.
And that's the thing. When you see little things at Disney, if you haven't seen the movies or read the books to your kids, the Golden Books or whatever, the Disney books, they're not going to understand the little nuances, the little, and there's little things that pop up and you go, oh, I remember that. That's so cool that pops up like that.
Right. You're just surprised somebody else noticed such a small little detail that you enjoyed. Right.
Yeah. So sticking with the Magic Kingdom, what else should they do? Moving away from Fantasyland. Well, you can stay in Fantasyland. There's the teacups.
Oh, little Alice in Wonderland?
Alice in Wonderland, yeah, of course. And this isn't the Johnny Depp one.
No. It's not that dark.
That is an interesting movie.
I've not seen that one. That is on my queue list.
My kids like it, but it's not your it's made by Disney, so it's a Disney movie, but it's not the Alice in Wonderland that you and I grew up with. That's for sure.
Okay, I was going to go a little more recent and a little more family friendly.
Yeah,
I was leaning towards a little Monsters Inc.
Oh yeah, Monsters Inc. I forgot about those guys. Yeah,
and they have the sequel coming out, I guess, this spring or summer. The Monsters University.
That's going to be huge.
So if your kids haven't seen Monsters Inc. yet, you'll want to show that to them before Monsters University. Just keep them caught up. But you've got the Monsters Inc. laugh floor going on. Right.
Yeah, and they have meet and greets at Disney Studios for the Monsters Inc. guys.
Yes, they do.
I got some pictures with Sully and Mike Wazowski at Disney Studios over by the commissary.
I think you spelled that. Is that with one eye?
Wow. Yeah, now you got to watch the movie so you understand that.
That's right. See.
Yeah, because isn't Roz in the at the laugh floor too? She does a little intro, I think.
She is in there. Yes.
Yeah. So there's another reference. Right next door to that, Buzz Lightyear. So you got a little Toy Story you got to throw in there.
You do have to see Toy Story because you also have that and Toy Story Mania.
Right, over at the studios again. Yeah, that's a good one. And then across the walkway there over in Tomorrowland.
Through the hub?
Favorite.
Hit me.
No.
Oh, no.
Just right across from Monsters Inc. Lap floor.
Oh, I know where you're
favorite.
Going. Stitch.
Stitch. I don't know. Everybody gives Stitch a hard time. I love that movie. I really did. My kids love that movie.
Well, you love the Hawaii reference.
I do. Hawaii is it holds a special place in my heart. So, Hawaii is very cool, and seeing Stitch was cool. I liked it better when it was the Alien Encounter ride.
Yes, true.
But you can't have everything, I suppose.
No.
I remember sitting there watching kids come out of Alien Encounter crying and screaming. So
I saw the same thing.
Yeah.
One kid came out and goes, I don't want to go to Disney World anymore.
Oh, that's horrible.
And that's a PR video you want to
right.
be running before your movies.
You don't want that hitting YouTube. That's true. That's true. So, anything in Adventureland that you could reference? I guess Swiss Family Treehouse?
You could, yes. Because I don't think most kids wouldn't even have any idea what the Swiss Family Treehouse would be a reference to.
Right. I haven't seen that movie in decades.
Oh, same here.
I know that they changed the one in California is no longer Swiss Family Robinson. It's Tarzan.
Yes.
Which we did and was cool. Because that's a little bit more up to date, more modern. And that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and Tarzan was even a while ago.
Hey, that was a long time ago. Yeah.
I don't think we can leave Adventureland without going to Pirates of the Caribbean. Or Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean, right. And since they've put the Jack Sparrow characters in there now,
yes,
it's a lot more fun. If you've never seen the movies, you're not going to understand the guy coming out of the barrel.
Right.
Yeah.
Why is the guy from Alice in Wonderland popping out of the barrel? I don't get it.
It's the Mad Hatter. Wow, that's weird.
Although you probably don't need to watch all four if you don't have time. You can probably just squeak by with the first one if you had to.
The first one would be enough,
you know.
And then we skipped over Aladdin. You got the Magic Carpet Ride in Fantasyland.
That's true.
Adventureland, rather. So you have that, which references the Aladdin movies. Which I don't know. Do you really need to see the movie to appreciate the ride? I doubt it.
No, it's just your normal. It's hub and spoke type ride.
it's Dumbo with magic carpets.
Right. Can I still tell you this is kind of a hidden one, a movie your children should see, and you should probably see if you've not seen it. I'm going to go back to Fantasyland with Peter Pan.
Oh my gosh, yes. Absolutely.
I know the first Peter Pan movie I saw was actually Return to Neverland.
Which is a good one, too.
That was a great one. That actually, got us to see Peter Pan when it came out then.
Yeah. I liked both of those. Were very good. Yeah, that's a really good one.
Because you got the whole storyline on that ride, and if you've not seen the movie, you may be like, who's the guy standing in the alligator and that kind of thing.
Right, yeah. That's a good one. I forgot about that. And, of course, Dumbo, but then again, Dumbo's just your typical, circular ride.
Right.
I don't think you necessarily have to see the movie to appreciate that. There's not although the new Fantasyland, the queue for Dumbo is fantastic now, from what I've heard. You almost get like, when you go to the restaurant and you get the little buzz thing when you don't have a reservation and there's a little bit of a wait. They give you
yeah. Buzzes when your table's ready?
And it buzzes and lights up.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's what they're doing now is something similar to that at Dumbo, where you go into this big tent and they will give you one of those kind of things and say, we'll let you know when it's your turn to board. And now your kids can go run around in this tent, which is like a little amusement park within itself, I guess.
Okay.
So I can't wait to check that out. But because I know I stood in line an hour and a half to ride Dumbo with my daughter.
Oh, right, yeah.
And that was a brutal queue. That one was rough. So
I've heard the ride hasn't been quite as busy. Now I realize there's two of them there now.
Right.
But since it kind of left kind of the center of Fantasyland, I guess it's off to the side now a little bit, kind of tucked away.
Yeah,
but maybe some of the kids aren't seeing it and going, I have to ride that. So if you don't want to ride it, don't take your kids near there and tell them, Dumbo, it's not there anymore.
That's right.
Dumbo's hiding.
Dumbo's... No, we're not going to say that.
Yeah, I didn't.
Dumbo's not there. And really staying in Fantasyland, Mickey's PhilharMagic was... it references so many movies.
That's true.
So, and that's one of my wife's favorite attractions to go to is the PhilharMagic, because you can relax and it gives you all those references. So if you're not familiar with the Disney movies, you're not going to understand all those references either. I remember. Do you remember riding Mr. Toad's Wild Ride?
Absolutely.
I never got that ride.
You never rode Mr. Toad?
No, I rode it. I never got it. I never understood. It was just, ooh, hey, we're seeing this and we're seeing that. And okay, that was cool. Let's go on.
We almost got hit by a train.
Right, because I never saw the movie.
Yes.
It wasn't until I was an adult when I saw the movie, but then by then the ride was gone. So I am a perfect example as to why you want to get your kids to see what they're going to go see ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
So you have your prep. You have, what you're going to take with you, where you're staying, what the tickets are going to be, and then you got your kids' prep. You got to get your kids prepped so that they have a more enjoyable time.
That's a very good call.
In Frontierland, there's really, other than, like I said, Splash Mountain, Tom Sawyer, I suppose.
Oh,
I don't know if you necessarily need to see the movie of Tom Sawyer, though.
No, last time I was over there, it's just you're like kind of walking through a fort. Although it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, there are a couple of references, some things that you would not understand if you haven't read the books or seen the Tom Sawyer movie. Of course, if you want to watch the Country Bear movie, there is a Country Bear movie. I know not many people have seen it. I have seen it.
Have you seen it?
It's cute. It's a cute movie. Kids would probably like it, especially if they've gone to Country Bear Jamboree. It's one of those things that after you've gone to Country Bear Jamboree, then you want to see the movie instead of the other way around.
Okay.
Because the movie makes no sense
really?
whatsoever.
Oh no!
If you haven't ridden or watched the show, yeah, that one's fun. And I think the same thing goes for Haunted Mansion. I think the Eddie Murphy Haunted Mansion movie is better if you've ridden Haunted Mansion.
You know what? I bought that movie when it came out, and I have still not watched it.
It's still in the wrapping of it.
I think I took it out, and I intended to watch it, and then something happened, and I just haven't watched it since then, because every time I hear, everyone says that's awful.
It's not good.
Now, I've heard they're doing a new one that won't just totally has no relation to the other one. It's a whole new outlet on the Haunted Mansion franchise.
Gotcha.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. The thing about the movie, the Eddie Murphy movie anyway, is they have subtle references to the ride within the movie.
Okay.
But if you watch the movie before you go on the ride, it's not going to make any sense to you. The ride is nothing like the movie. The movie, again, it's one of those things where you ride the ride and then watch the movie, because you won't understand why they even made it.
Oh no!
It didn't make a whole lot of sense. So, but Madame Leota's in the movie and a few little things like that. But that's about it.
Okay,
that's about it. Well, does that take care of Magic Kingdom?
It might. Although I have one other thing I just actually thought of was maybe renting some of the old cartoons that would just have like Goofy and Mickey.
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of the kids might not even know Mickey, Goofy, or Donald exactly, what kind of cartoons they were in. They might recognize the character, but not understand any of the content, from where they came.
Right. And we'll have a conversation about this down the road, but the Limited Time Magic, they did the not often seen characters, the characters that you don't see in the parks every day, the Chippendales and the Donald and Mickey. And for kids who have never gone backwards, like you said, and looked at some of the old stuff, they'd have no idea who Clarabelle the cow is.
Right.
Or even the Robin Hood. They had the Robin Hood characters out there. They wouldn't know who these characters are if they didn't go back and look at some of the old stuff. So that's a good tip there. Yeah, I can't think of anything else in the Magic Kingdom. What about Epcot?
Epcot. Well, let's see.
I'm going to say nothing.
Oh, come on. You're forgetting one.
Go ahead, hit me.
Nemo. Finding Nemo.
You know it.
You have to watch Finding Nemo because he's all over down there. Not just Epcot.
Yeah, he's Epcot and Animal Kingdom.
Yes. You've
got the Nemo show, which is a really good show, by the way.
Oh, it's great.
It really is. And it's a great way to escape that 300-degree Animal Kingdom heat. So... But
they will kick you out after it's over.
Yes, they will.
You can't just linger.
Yeah, you can't sit there and watch 3 or 4 shows in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nemo and Friends. That's a great one, because your kids aren't going to understand why they're even looking for this guy.
Right.
Why did they take off again?
Mm-hmm. And you got the Crush there, so you need to know who Crush is.
I love Crush. That is a great little show.
Oh, he cracks me up.
Oh my gosh, my daughter was lucky enough to actually talk to him.
Oh, how cool!
Picked her out of the audience to talk to Crush. I can't remember what she asked him, but that was very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, that's about it. And although now the new test track is more Tron themed than it has been in the past.
Okay.
So I don't know as you necessarily need to see Tron, but it might add to the enjoyment of that. I haven't ridden the new one yet.
Anything? Well, maybe. Well, they're probably watching Phineas and Ferb because they have the new Phineas and Ferb. That replaced Kim Possible.
Yes.
The Phineas and Ferb Agent P's World Showcase Adventure. I found that right now. That's why.
Yeah, that is. I can't wait to do that. I wish I had done the Kim Possible one because I heard it's a lot of fun around World Showcase. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm a huge Phineas and Ferb fan now, though. I love that show.
Me too. That's a fun little show. So yeah, that would be a good one if they're watching Phineas and Ferb, or if they're not, get them to watch a little bit of it and go do that. It's relaxing for the parents too, I think, because you don't have to occupy your kids every moment with something to do.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, they're doing the ride themselves.
I don't know if it's necessary for an Epcot because you got the Circle of Life movie at the land. I don't know if you really need to have seen The Lion King to get what they're going. To help you understand who the characters are, but it's not going to help you with the recycling storyline. Right.
Yeah, that's true.
So
it's true. And really nothing for Figment. There's no movie or anything really out there.
No. Yeah, I think we'll have to hop on a bus and move from Epcot to perhaps the studios.
All right, let's do that. Let's go to the studios. So I got to throw this out. This is a similar again to the Haunted Mansion movie, the Hollywood Tower of Terror. I have seen that movie as well.
Oh, Steve Guttenberg. The Goot.
Why he's not an Academy Award winner, I know. Steve, if you're listening, sorry, man.
Love you.
It's true. It's just, it's bad. It's worse than the Eddie Murphy movie. And again, it's one of those things that you can ride the ride. It's better if you ride the ride and then watch the movie because there are just minor little things in the movie that reference the ride.
Right.
So,
but if you do enjoy corny TV, you do have to watch it.
Yeah, it's definitely a B-rated movie. So, only us Disney crazies will watch anything Disney.
That's right,
good or bad. What else over in the studios?
Well, we've already talked about Toy Story Mania being there, so you've probably already seen Toy Story.
Right.
All the kids today love the Toy Story franchise.
Right. Well, any of the Pixar, they're doing a lot of Pixar stuff over there now, right?
I don't know. I've heard rumors of like a Monsters Inc. type ride, but I don't know. I don't know if that's ever gonna pan out. I'd love to see something though.
Yeah,
because Pixar Place with just one Pixar movie is kind of anticlimactic at that point.
Right. Now I know over in that same area they used to have the Narnia walkthrough where you could see the costumes and stuff like that. Would they replace that with a Pirates of the Caribbean show kind of thing where it's almost 3D? Is it 3D? I can't remember.
I don't know.
I've just heard about it. I haven't done a lot of research on it, but I guess it's really good. It's Captain Jack Sparrow comes out and talks to you, and you can't tell whether he's real or on the screen. So that's kind of cool. So again, there's another reference to Pirates of the Caribbean for 2 parts.
That leads me. Maybe you can help me out with this one with the movie. 'Cause I don't know what it would be, but depending on the age of your children, if they're old enough, I might watch some kind of documentary about Walt Disney.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because your little guys 4, 5, 6 aren't going to, they're not going to get that Walt Disney was a person.
Right.
They just think it's the name of the park. But if your kids, 11, 12, 13,
yeah,
I think you'd want to introduce them to who Walt Disney was, what he did, and why he's significant.
Absolutely, that's a great little museum walkthrough. We did that the last time we were down there 2 years ago, and of course my kids are older now, and they did. You're exactly right. They appreciated it so much more because of again, I've drilled it into them who Walt Disney is.
One man's dream.
One man's dream. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's really good. It's a good little walkthrough. It's a nice little break from the parks. It's air conditioned again. But yeah, that's a great one. Yeah, because like you said, they know the name of the park. They don't necessarily know the man.
Right.
So are you thinking that they need to listen to a lot of Aerosmith on the way down on the car for a rock and roller coaster?
I would suggest it. Because nothing's more relaxing on a long 1,000-mile road trip than nonstop Aerosmith.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no one. Yeah, Aerosmith. You don't need to necessarily. Your kids. I'm gonna say this, and nothing against Steven Tyler, but don't expose your children to Aerosmith.
Nothing good can come from that.
Nothing good. Ride the ride, enjoy the ride and the music, and then get off. Oh man, what else in the studios? You get Indiana Jones. You got the Indiana Jones adventure. That's
true. I was actually going to bring up Star Tours next, but yeah, no, I like the Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah, well, Indiana Jones is they kind of show you how to do the stunts. I don't know if you necessarily have to see the movie for it, because it's not. Now the ride through in California at Disneyland, you would want to see the movie, because it's actually a ride, and you go through kind of the scenarios that Indiana Jones goes through in all the movies. So that would be, if you were going to Disneyland to ride that ride, you would definitely want to watch the movie. But I don't think you necessarily need to for the Indiana Jones stunt spectacular.
Can I tell you one of my favorite things to do at the Indiana Jones?
What's that?
I like to go in my brightest Hawaiian shirt and sit like in the middle of the audience on the aisle, just to throw everybody off. And if you've been there before, you'll get that. If not, just wait till you go. You'll enjoy that.
That's good. So Star Tours.
Yeah, I think most kids have seen Star Wars on some level.
Yeah, that's a good one. You won't understand what the Ewok Village is if you've not been or not watched.
That is true.
So, which is, if you've listened to other podcasts, is one of my favorite romantic places to take my wife, the Ewok Village.
Ewok Village. You don't shave for a while.
Right. Yes. Yeah, Star Tours, very good one. I got another one for you.
Okay.
The Muppets.
Oh, that wasn't even on my radar. Good call.
Muppet Vision 3D. If your kids aren't familiar who the Muppets are, it's a great. They're great movies anyway.
That's true. Yes,
a lot of fun, and they'll get more of the references as to who these guys are. So, yeah, Muppets. Of course, they've got Pizza Planet over there, which again references Toy Story.
Mm-hmm. Toy Story's represented huge.
Yeah. You're right. They need to get some more movie-themed stuff in there. The Lights Motor Action will be the Cars guys next. They'll change all the cars to look like the lights for Lights Motors Action.
You think?
No.
Or you think they'll just level it and build a Cars Land? Oh.
This is why I'm not an Imagineer. That would be a bad idea. But Cars Land, oh my gosh, Cars Land is phenomenal.
Now you've seen it. You did your Disneyland trek, which will be actually a future episode.
Yeah.
But give us a brief Cars Land thing, just for those listening.
A brief would be wow. I mean,
all right, back to me. No, I'm kidding.
It is so. You feel like you are in that little town. You feel like you're in Radiator Springs. It is so cool. And the Radiator Springs Racers, great ride. It's a fun ride. And in my understanding, we only got to ride it one time because it was 100-minute wait for us.
Wow.
We got there as soon as we walked in the park at 8 o'clock in the morning. So, and it was 9 o'clock. It was 9 o'clock in the morning. 100-minute wait at 9 o'clock in the morning, and it only got worse after that. So, we got to ride it once, but I understand it changes. It's one of those that the ending, kind of like Star Tours. Star Tours is different every time you ride it, but it's a different ending every time. So, they're very cool. Very, very cool. I hope they do build one in the studios.
I'm very excited to see it. I know that usually I don't like go online and watch ride-throughs at other parks.
Yeah.
But that one I just had to do. Maybe I'll link to that in the show notes too.
It
might be a spoiler alert, so don't go to if you don't want to see it. But I heard so many good things, I had to see it.
It is. It's a lot of fun. That was I think the highlight of the trip was seeing the new Cars Land.
Oh, awesome.
Well, of course, over in the studios you got the Great Movie Ride. Now that's going to encompass a whole lot of stuff.
That's true. I've actually thought I should probably see all these movies because you got to figure if they're referenced in the Great Movie Ride, they're probably pretty good movies.
Yeah. I don't know that you necessarily have to see all of them.
No, you don't.
And of course, the age of your children. You're not going to watch Casablanca with a 5-year-old.
No.
Or Alien with somebody that's under 12. But I don't know.
Yeah, most of the clips you've already seen probably you reference in other movies or in highlight shows.
Right. Wizard of Oz, I suppose. They could see that. There's a lot. You spend a lot of time in Munchkin Land.
That is done. That used to be one of the best themed parts of any theme park, I thought, for a while.
Oh yeah,
that was gorgeous when that came out.
The Wicked Witch animatronic is amazing.
Oh yes.
Still to this day, I don't care. It's it's still very cool.
It's a classic.
It is. Yeah. And then of course over in that area you got Voyage of the Little Mermaid, the show that would reference a movie. Now, do you have it in front of you? I can't. It's been so long since you and I have had young children. Over at Playhouse Disney, they've got some new characters over there. I think Handy Mandy, is that one of them?
Oh, I think so. What's that?
I don't know. It's been so long since I've had little kids over at the in that area at the Playhouse Disney. They used to have Big Bear in the Big Blue House was big when my kids were going. And,
oh yes.
Stanley, my daughter loved Stanley because he could talk to the animals. So that would be something you would want to make sure you're watching the Playhouse Disney, or if your kids are big into Playhouse Disney, you got to go there.
Yeah, I think they call it Disney Junior now, don't they?
You know what? I think you're right. Yeah. See, I don't know what I'm talking about. Why did you even invite me on this thing?
Hey, come on, stop it. Perhaps we should move along to the Animal Kingdom.
Let's do that. Animal Kingdom. That'll be our last one, I guess.
I think so.
We've talked about everybody else. Animal Kingdom. Of course, we said Nemo and Friends.
Yes, we brought up The Lion King, which has a big part over there, but you have to see the show over there.
Oh, it's a good show. This was the first time, the last time we were down there was the first time we actually went and saw the show. It's really, really fun.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. I know. You would think all the times we've gone. Tough to Be a Bug is... A
Bug's Life?
Bug's Life.
That was probably my least favorite Pixar movie. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it was awful. I'm just saying it was least favorite.
Yeah. Well, you got to have favorites. And I think that's it. I'm going to say that's it.
Yeah, I'm looking. I think that might be it.
Dinosaur really has no other reference. Oh, Aladar.
What?
And the movie Dinosaur, which was cutting edge at the time when Disney put out the movie Dinosaur.
Oh, true.
With the Allosaurus named Aladar. He is the main character in this, but you don't really see him toward the end of the ride. So you don't have to see the movie in order to enjoy the ride.
Because really the ride came out before the movie, and it was, Countdown to Extinction then.
Right. That's right. So they must have just been looking for a movie.
If it's close enough, we'll just retrofit it a little bit.
Right, yeah. And of course, there's nothing for really Expedition Everest. There's that movie about the giant Yeti that doesn't work anymore. Oh. That's mean. I'm being mean.
That would be a good movie for them to make, though, based on Expedition Everest. But
that's a great idea.
I thought, but then halfway through the movie would break and you wouldn't see the end anyway because it wasn't done.
Come on. Oh.
The lights would flash in the theater and it would be over. I say it with love.
I know. I got to see it when it actually worked, and it was really cool.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. That's one of those things that's unfortunate, but it's very expensive to keep that thing up, from my understanding. So,
and it's so highly integrated into the structure. I think that's probably another.
Yeah, they can't do much with it. So, and then of course there's the resorts. Getting away from the parks. There's the resorts. The new animation, Art of Animation Value Resort.
Oh, very nice.
is just it's themed with the movies. You got Little Mermaid and Cars and Lion King. There's over a Pop Century, which I've stayed at many times. You got some Jungle Book references there and Lady and the Tramp references there. What else? Over at, of course, your favorite, where you've eaten at the chef's table at the Grand Floridian. It's
little Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins, Alice in Wonderland kind of thing going over there.
You got Stitch, unfortunately, going back on at the Polynesian.
Don't be hating on Stitch.
Well,
speaking of which, just a real quick, go ahead and do the tangent
okay.
sound effect.
There you go.
I happen to be watching Treasure Planet, another Disney movie that I really like. I like Treasure Planet. It's based on Treasure Island, of course, the classic book. And
it said Michael J. Fox, I think, was a voice in there.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure who the voice was, but in one of the first couple of minutes of the movie, the little boy is in his room and he's reading a book about these pirates, these space pirates, and on the shelf is Stitch.
Get out.
I'm out. I had to pause it and go back, and I went, look, there's Stitch.
That is cool.
So,
I love hidden references to things that just aren't pointed out. You have to find them on your own. I love that.
Definitely. And the movies are full of them, and so are the theme parks.
Yes.
So are the theme parks. We'll have to do a Hidden Mickey's show down the road.
Cool.
Yeah, so the theme parks have some cool, or the resorts have some cool things, and Downtown Disney has some cool things. Of course, Stitch spits on you at Downtown Disney.
That's classy.
Yeah, they've got the new Pirates over at Downtown Disney. And, of course, you go into the castle at Magic Kingdom, and you can do the Bippity Boppity Boutique or the Pirates where your girls can become princesses and the boys can become pirates, or however you want to do it.
That's true. Did we mention Cinderella?
No, we didn't.
We probably have to put Cinderella near the top just for the castle alone.
How did we miss that?
It was so obvious. It was right there.
What are we doing?
It was like the Big W.
Oh, it is the Big W, which is another movie I love. I've had such a sheltered childhood. I was never allowed to go out and play. I just watched. Is that about it?
I think we've done it all.
And, of course, the cruise ships. I mean, if you're going to do any of that, there's all kinds of references as well, which you will touch on at a later date.
Yes, we'll talk about that later.
All right. Well, I have sweepstakes that I've been telling everybody about and didn't have the details and should have had the details. I apologize for that.
Tell us about your sweepstakes.
This is from this is our Disney store, and it's already on our website, and it's already on Facebook. And has been, but this is from the Disney store. Actually, I thought it was Disney World, but it's the Disney store. And what you will win, this is so cool. You will win a vacation getaway for 5 days, 4 nights to the new Fantasyland at Walt Disney World Resort, where you and your guests will experience the royal treatment and stay. This is the big one.
Okay.
In the Cinderella Castle Suite for 1 night.
Get out. I didn't know they were still doing that.
I want to win this so bad. Is it wrong that I want to stay in that castle?
No.
And then you also get to be escorted for the day by a VIP guide. So this one expires on March 13th. So get in on that. We'll have the website in our show notes. But it looks so cool. I would love to be the winner of that one. You get the hotel accommodations for 3 nights, and of course the 1 night in Cinderella Castle. That is cool.
That is very cool.
And it says with select food and beverage snacks, including a breakfast at Cinderella's royal table. Includes a meet and greet with Cinderella herself.
We're already in her guest room. That's outstanding. Just go downstairs and there's the restaurant. I love it.
How cool is that? So, oh, wow. And you get be our guest dining experience. Oh, my gosh. They have 5-day Magic Your Way park hopper tickets, $500 gift card. I mean, this is a big one. This is a big one. So, get in on that one. The new Fantasyland Walt Disney World Getaway Sweepstakes from the Disney Store, and I'll put those. I'll send you those show notes in the website. So
sounds good to me.
And I got one more other thing I want to just kind of try. I want to try something new.
Okay.
Wrap up today.
All right.
I've got 4 questions for you.
Oh.
4 questions for you. You had no idea this was coming.
I'm not prepared.
It's a this or that.
Oh.
I have 4 questions, real quick.
Okay.
Contemporary Park View Room or Polynesian Concierge Room?
Polynesian.
Ooh, nice.
Yes.
Expedition Everest or Space Mountain?
Expedition Everest.
I agree. With kids, Cinderella's Royal Table or the Chef's Table at Victoria and Albert's?
That's a trick question. I am going to go with Cinderella's Royal Table because I don't believe children are allowed at Victoria and Albert's.
Oh, see
how I did that?
That's nice.
Thank you.
And finally, Magical Express or rental car?
Rental car.
Absolutely. All right, that's all I got.
Oh, very nice. That was fun. We'll have to turn the tables and send it out your way next time. That's awesome. I love it.
All righty.
All right, well, I think that will do it for this episode of ResortLoop.com. I'm Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collar.
We'll see you later.
See you, everybody.
Wow, that was long.
Well, yeah.
That was like 45 minutes.
Oh, my gosh. Well, we had a lot to cover.
We did. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to episode number 6 of the ResortLoop.com podcast. I'm your host, Tim Scott, with...
You want to start that again because it's episode 7. You just posted episode 6.
No, I'm not stopping. Okay, I'll stop. I have 6 on the brain.
Well, that went well, didn't it?